up, my toxic kings and queens? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today, who we have in the building is we got Azealia Banks versus Nicki Minaj. We also got Tasha K being a fake friend to Pastor Reid. And we got DDG response to his girlfriend racism backlash. Let's start with Miss Azealia Banks. She is reading Nicki Minaj to filth. When I tell you, Azealia, when she comes and she claps back, all right? But make sure y'all pause the read, okay? Because it's a lot. Imagine how pissed off Nicki Minaj is to have paid $100K for them the girls' lawyers. Put them in a video with a weirdo Tekashi for them to only get $5,000 a pop, all right? Nicki really wanted Cardi to get hit with a felony. All right, imagine that sore on her rim when she pays Tasha K to lie and Cardi wins a $4 million reward in court. Feel free to pause to read the rest. Queen of rap my butt, she says. Also, she says, jealous that you put a hairdresser on retainer telling him he can no longer work with a longtime friend only to turn around and ask him to work for the free. Also, she says, I have certainly had my financial issues before, but I got up off my butt and did something about it. Sis, you need to go to rehab ASAP. Don't be embarrassed about it. Just handle your stuff before it handles you. You're talking about the white man who left Garcelle, but get into all the black men who left you because you thought they weren't smart enough. Make sure y'all pause the read because it gets sticky. Remember when Nicki Minaj was on Queen Radio and she said somebody had told her that a person was doing voodoo on her?
Tell y'all something. The easiest form of witchcraft is to tell someone that witchcraft is being done to them. Someone with a weak mind, they get paranoid and they start turning on themselves. And that is exactly what is happening. The walls are closing in. The walls are closing in on you. Like you're sniffing coke, you're doing perks, you're down in the gutter, bitch. Ha! You are not as smart as you think you are. I lied. And now you're out here making a fool of yourself. I love to see it. Minaj, like, you don't have anything that any of us really want. You know, like, Billboard, who gives a Baby Shark outsold you. Like, girl, what? Married to a ex-offender.
All right, so y'all heard what Miss Banks has said. She is the one that told Nicki Minaj somebody was doing voodoo on her, and she said she lied. You know, everybody knows Nicki's fake, and she just retarded. But anyway, somebody says, I'm still laughing at how messy Azealia Banks is. Why did this babe tell Nicki she was being bewitched? Also, somebody says, Azealia Banks read Nicki for filth last night, and I agree. Somebody also says, oh, hey, Azealia Banks, had a lot to say to you, but you scared to at her too. She's talking to Nicki Minaj. She added Nicki Minaj. We do not know if what is going on true. All right, everybody was speculating that Cardi was the one that put voodoo on her, but Azealia just let y'all know, all right? She let y'all know, so make sure y'all pause to read what she had to say because she said a lot. All right, it comes to my attention that she probably was that fake, assistant behind that page. Now we got Miss Fake Old Tasha K. Her and Reid once upon a time was cool together or whatever the case may be, but it comes to my attention that she is fake and she is exposing and, nothing new.
I have a few enemies. From the 20 years that I was pastoring, I'm pretty sure I made some people upset, but those were my members. And even if they're upset and they are mad, that's between me and them. Even if they are dancing with and embellishing stories, and those were still my members, and there was people that I was responsible for, and I lived my life and gave my life and my money and cars and houses and clothes and time and energy, which caused me to lose my wife and family. I gave it to them because I love them. That love don't change. You keep that love in your heart. When you pastor folk, man, you keep that love in your heart. So even those that decide to try to paint me in a way of paint a picture of me that ain't who I am and who I was to them, that's their prerogative, and that's between me and them. But what I hate to see is how media, particularly about 3 or 4 years ago, this one YouTuber whose name I can't say because the judge said that he can't say my name. These are the lies and the unfound truths that Bishop Whitehead is spewing. Why is he doing it? Well, we do know, number one, that he's more upset with me than any outlet. The other outlets have dragged him, up one side, down the other. I just said what I think, and I think it hurt a lot because of my influence in the black church. And man, I'm just doing my job. When you go and see that, this is going to prove that this exact same YouTuber has done nothing, because the judge made him take everything down, and these audio recordings of these people calling in that had a relationship with me authentically, but they just embellishing stuff and painting's not true. I know she just really, I know for surety now that she, I don't know what I did to her, but she mad. No, because she had said 2 times. She said one time I was taking ministry money and getting my baby mama, who still lives in my home, saying that I'll buy her Birkin bags. She don't even have a Birkin. She is a bona fide liar, a manipulative and greedy. I think there's greed there.
Stated allegedly by this young man was running a cult, and he had sex with Larry Reid more than once, and he also alleged that Larry Reid gave him HIV. That's all what this guy's talking about. And the reason why I'm letting y'all hear the whole thing is so you can hear his truth. You can hear he's connecting everybody what I need to give. Tasha, I'm just gonna let you get with my team and you just finish it off, because I, if you want to, Tasha, because I don't really do this. I don't know.
Don't know when we finish it. I need to know.
So look,
Listen.
listen. I'm gonna play the audio.
Okay.
Because we need explanation. We need an explanation. We need explanation, right? We need an explanation as to what allegedly happened. Right?
Okay.
So we're gonna play the audio, and then you can jump on and let me know, if you wanna the rest of the information.
I wanna hear this too.
Okay, so 7 p.m. I know you're in Africa, so it's gonna be. It's going to be.
I don't know. I'm like, I need to know.
But you know what, Tasha, listen, and I'm gonna close out on this. But Tasha, listen. At the end of the day, Larry Reid has been targeting the black church ruthlessly, and it's our turn now. It's our turn now, because every time you turn around, the bishops, the pastors, the preachers, everybody who he targets, we got to turn around to our church and we got to explain this stuff.
I'm sorry. I ain't supposed to cuss in front of the pastor. My bad. Yeah. I need to see what you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't just have one audio. I have multiple audios, right? See, I serve a God of multiplication. Right.
Made an artist.
Well, listen. From the looks of it, I would have never believed that, because Larry Reid don't like women. So that's out. Let me tell you something. And that's my opinion.
Listen, I literally just found that out, that he was tricking on men. I found that out, and I put that out because he called me a liar about that. I was like, Larry, listen.
Can you tell me about that, Tosh?
I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened. They better get their wine. And Pastor, forgive me if I use some cuss words, some verbs in here that are just not of God. But remember, I'm between heaven and hell. So, and I think God understand that. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I had found out some information. Code word mentor.
Oh,
code word
that word
mentor.
That word again?
That word is that word is boyfriend. Code word mentor. The word is boyfriend. That's no allegedly. Okay, that's no allegedly. All right. So every time I always heard Larry call like one pastor his mentor, God, Savior, the highest God. And I've already kind of looked at that pastor a little funny because I was just like, you know, he real different. You know what I'm saying? But I've never seen men praise other men in the manner in which Dr. Larry Reid does. You know what I'm saying? And so code word mentor. And, you know, I'm having a conversation on live one day, and his mentee comes in and tries to check me about him. And he was like, I don't like the way this person did my mentor. And I'm like, who's your mentor? And he said, Larry Reid. And he was giving me energy like, you know, like a chick checking another chick over their man. Woo. And so, you know, needless to say, you know, Larry ended up coming. I was like, Larry, you need to come up here because I'm about to drag this little boy here with long hair.
What's his name? What's
his name is Davon, I think. Davon.
And what he go by?
I don't want to put that out there. He don't need no clout.
All right, got
but
you.
his name is Davon.
Got
and
you.
He's way more feminine than me.
Yo, is that the one that they sent me? He got long hair?
Yes.
Fake hair.
Those are tracks.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't grow.
And they said he got fingernails too. The fingernails. Yeah, the
fingernails. So he was really coming at me as if, you know, me and Larry had something going on. I was like, listen, Larry always trying to smell it, okay? And I just tell him to back up, I'm spoken for. Those that's not allegedly, right? So, you know, I'm like, you need to come get him. I'm like, why he got all this energy for you? Have you met this guy before? And Larry tells me, no, I've never met him.
Oh.
Well.
Hold on, Tasha, you're talking to a bishop. You're talking to a pastor, so you just can't say well like that. You gotta say well. There we go.
It turns out that Larry lied, and he did meet him because there was a private conversation between me, Larry, and 2 other YouTubers, right? And I was just like, well, why does he have all this energy for me as if I'm messing with you? I'm not messing with you. He was just like, I don't know. You know, he was going hard for me back when this YouTuber was slandering my name. And, you know, I'm like, well, he's claimed he's raised money for you. And does he know where this you know, what this money is, you know, was used for? Why are you not telling this man the truth? Why is he out here coming at me, right? Like, I'm about to take you from him. And so, to make a long story short, the guy ends up telling one of his friends that Larry was flying him out, putting him in hotels, bought him a car, paid his rent up. And so when I called Larry, I said, Larry, I thought you said you never met this guy. He says, I haven't. I said, so why is he telling people that you fly him in, that you've bought him a car, that you know, y'all have, and nobody can come for you? So I'm like, those are perks. Like, why would you pay?
And another thing she said, hold on. Remember, I had to raise money, because this was in 2018 or 19, when my lawyer, Olga, that's not my main lawyer, it's one of my lawyers. Is she still on retainer? I think she is. Yeah, she still is. Gotta make sure it stays proper. Olga, yeah. That's the one that Tasha K says that me and her was having sex. You know what? I don't know how, you know, they have put everything on me. Today Tasha K alluded me having an incurable disease. If you go to the case. It's a regurgitation of everything that YouTuber said. And if they have audio, I hope they play the audio, because this is going to prove that the audio came directly from that YouTuber. And in the case, it said that if it's in your power, that when somebody do something like that, they're supposed to say, take that down, because all of that is in a case of defamation. So repeating anything that is in that document makes that person liable, especially by me coming up here live and saying now for the first time, because I never did through that whole case, that it's all 100% a lie. So at that point, we're able to now attach all these other people to this violation and we actually going to have to start a whole nother. But it's okay. I mean, if I got to spend the money, I just got to spend the money. I mean, the evidence is gathered. You said it, you did it. You knew it was not proper and true. But they did Cardi B the same way. Said she had, Lord, I forgot what they said Cardi B had. But whatever it was, she submitted a health record, according to what I read online, that disproved it. I also had to submit in discovery proof that I do not have HIV. And I hate to even have to say that, because I know some of y'all are looking at me and you're probably like, don't say that. Don't even repeat. But I have to, because they're touting it. And Tasha K and Whitehead, if you notice, some of the things that they have said, even no matter how preposterous it is, these platforms are repeating it and putting it in front of millions of people. So when they do, they need to have me saying all of that is 100% a lie, and it was all in a case that I won for defamatory statements. So when you go to this case, please put the case in there again. You go to the case, all of the things that they are saying are the things that are in the case. You'll see my response when you do the paperwork. There's a home that I owned in Raleigh, North Carolina. This police report that don't have my name on it, but has my address on it. It's saying something about forcibly fondling or something of that nature. It has my address from the house on it. But in the paperwork, it says when these actions and things happen. The house wasn't even built then, because I built the house. We didn't move into the house, me and, no, I think I was married. Yeah, when I first built the house, I was married. I think I built it in October of 2000 and I can't remember. But if you look at all the paperwork, you see that I wasn't even living in the house. So all these things the lawyers discovered, the judge saw, and basically said, quit lying on this man.
And now I said how I feel about Mr. Bishop Whitehead, okay? The fake pastor, the hood street pastor that needs to go. Like, who in their right mind is in a church that acts this way? Ready to expose, ready to lie, ready to be in a drama, ready to just be like with all the shenanigans in the streets. Like, we know who you really are, so cut the church stuff out, all right? Now, Bishop also talks about Mr. Jives, exposes his mother's arrest records, talking about King Jives show, I found your mother, you creep. And we heard all this stuff. We heard you told on your mother and you told on your mother, all right? Now, when it comes to Tasha K done turned on her friend Larry Reid, but we're not surprised. And why should we? Because this is what she does. If she could have an opportunity to get some type of exposure, she's going to do it. Now, DDG finally spoke out for his girlfriend about the racist stuff that was going on about the Little Mermaid. Now, if y'all do not know about her and the Little Mermaid, make sure y'all go check this video out. I talk a little bit about what the racist people were saying, how I felt about everything, about Holly, etc., etc. But let's get straight into where her man, Mr. DDG, had to say about what was going on. And some people are like, huh?
She be laughing it off. They be going a little too hard. But I feel like the people was more attacking the character rather than her personally. You know what I'm saying? Even I feel like it's like caught in the crossfire because she's playing the character.
Right.
But I don't think because it's impossible to be mean to Hallie.
Seems like the sweetest girl.
Yeah, she's
man.
too sweet, and she really liked that in person. So it's like if people actually took the time to realize who's actually playing the Little Mermaid instead of just going off that she's black, I think they'd be like, I didn't know people was this racist. I didn't know this was.
Neither did I, dude.
I thought this was gone already. I thought that shit was gone. I thought Martin Luther King canceled that.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Now, Holly do seem very sweet. We don't see anything extra when it comes to her, and I feel like she does a good thing, and this role is her. Also, DDG, what are you talking about? Racism never ended. Martin Luther King wanted the racism to stop, everybody, got along or whatever the case may be to be around each other, but racism never ended. It's still going on. But anyways, let me know what y'all think about this, all right, y'all? Down in the comments below. Always make sure to like the video, subscribe, click that notification bell, because y'all already know when I drop. I got y'all. Toodaloo.